Yo, what up? It's May 9th. Sitting here on the way to Pineview. Check it out. Just coming on here today to chit chat. Things have been going alright for the most part. I still haven't heard back about when I'm going to start this clinical trial. I'm in Utah right now. I'm staying at Nick's house. I fished with Nick for the first time yesterday. While I was here, I've been out fishing by myself. But, just coming on here, see what's up. LU started at Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know if I've done a video since then. You've been doing a good job. They had you doing the whole thing the first night because they sent everybody home, and then they got busy. And they had you doing the cash register and the prizes and all that stuff all by yourself the first night, so that means you did a good job and you're catching on quick. And make sure I'm going the right way here. Make sure you excuse me. Anyway, I'm freaking out of it this morning. I'm so groggy. But yeah, the weather's been amazing here. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at in 3 days. But I fished Schofield the first day, and it was real cold and shitty. The weather was bad. I fished Pineview for 2 days. I've seen quite a few fish. I've only caught one. Honestly, that's better than last year. How bad last year started. So we're gonna see what happens today. Got my new trolling motor ordered. I tried to fix my old one in the parking lot at the lake, and it still didn't work. So that's good times. LU jinxed it. He said, every time you work on the Ontario, it never fixes. Well, guess what? Goddammit. You were right. Emma, I'm having to give you some tough love now. I've kind of reached my breaking point with you. I've been super patient with the whole GED thing and the job thing. You just don't listen to me and you don't care, so I'm kind of on one this morning about it, and I'm in a bad mood. I've been in a bad mood since yesterday about it. Not really in a bad mood, but just annoyed. You know, you've missed 2 days of work in the last 2 weeks. They asked you to work yesterday. You don't want to do it because you had to make 150 pieces or whatever. I get it, dude, but that's not the way an adult thinks. An adult thinks, oh, I need to make up that money I missed. Or, I'm thankful that they called and asked me to work when I missed 2 days. Not, you know, you're looking at it as, oh, I can't hang out with my boyfriend today if I work, so I'm not going to work. You know, that's not the way an adult thinks, and I'm trying real hard to get you to start thinking like an adult, but it's just impossible. I really feel like it's impossible at this point. And it sucks, because now I worry about what's going to happen to me, or what's going to happen to you guys. You know, if you guys are going to be okay, because you guys can't handle having your own place. Definitely, you know, you're just not ready for it. And, I don't know, I guess it's going to take something happening to me to make you finally grow up. But that's just the way life goes. You know, it's part of your life journey. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm doing everything I can to try to set things in place and to make you, you know, help you start thinking like an adult, make you start thinking like an adult, and you battle me the whole way. And you don't want to have any rules. You keep staying down at your boyfriend's house without telling me. And I've just had enough. So I have to make you pay rent now. I'm gonna back off. I'm gonna stay off your ass, treat you like an adult. And then if you don't have your GED by the end of June, then I'm just gonna get rid of your car, because I'm not. Most kids don't get their first car just handed to them. They have to earn it, or they have to be in school, have good grades, or they get like a really cheap like hand-me-down car like I got, which I actually paid for. My grandma maybe paid I think $500 or $1,000 for it. So, I can't just let you drop out of school, not be doing anything with your life on a dead end road, and then just hand you a $6,000 car over to you. It's just not the way life works. And I've tried to do little things that I don't want to do to like motivate you and maybe try to push you to get your GED or whatever. Like I told you, okay, well now you're not driving your car anymore until you get your GED. That didn't work. Then I said, okay, you're not driving your car anymore until you have your boyfriend look at your oil leak, because it's going to blow the engine if it keeps getting driven without the oil being checked. That didn't help. So all you care about is going to work. Or you don't care about going to work, but all you want to do is work and hang out with your boyfriend. You don't want any kind of responsibility or anything. You don't want to do anything that's hard, that's for the benefit of your future in your life. You don't want to do it. You're just thinking about the now, which is, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to get paid, spend all my money, and spend time with my boyfriend. And that's it. I'm not going to do anything to work on my future. I don't care about school. I don't care about any of that. And unfortunately, you dropped out of school when you weren't living with me, and I was trying to navigate when you came back, like how I wanted to handle things. And I tiptoed around because I didn't really want you to leave, and because it was in a real scary time. My cancer stuff was going on then, and I was in a fragile state of mind, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what the right thing to do was. Your mom gives me no help with parenting. I have no one I can ask for advice except for God. And I just kind of let things happen organically and just really thought that you were going to kind of step it up. And I get it. You're still 17. Your mind's not thinking like an adult, but I'm trying to push you to get there. Because you're going to be all on your own if something happens to me. You're not going to have your dad that you can depend on. All you're going to have is your mom, who lives in another state, and you're going to have Matthew and his family, and you're not going to have anyone. And that's scary to think about, And I'm trying to like push you to just think a little bit differently and not stop thinking like a teenager. But you just won't do it. And I'm putting all my energy into it, and I'm stressing myself out about it. I'm getting frustrated with you about it. So the easiest way for me to let go is just to pay you rent, because I can't have you living in my house as a high school dropout and not doing anything to worry about your future. You haven't saved a dime, and because you can't save a dime because you ain't making enough money, which I've been trying to tell you. Working 27 hours ain't enough, and this is why, because you don't make enough money to save money. You should be able to make enough money at your age with no bills really to save some, spend some on fun, and pay your phone bill, whatever. But you don't want to do it that way. You don't want to listen to me. So now I'm at the point now where I'm gonna charge you rent. I'm not gonna stress about it anymore. I'm not gonna worry about it anymore. I'm not gonna ride your ass about getting your GED. I told you what's gonna happen. Fine, don't get your GED. I'll just sell your car, and then I'll use that money for something else. I spent a lot of money the last few months on all kinds of stuff, and really I could use that money. So I don't want to do that. It made me feel secure knowing that y'all had cars, but I can't just hand you over a car, a $6,000 car, and you not have GED, not be caring about it, dropped out of high school, working 27 hours a week, staying out at your boyfriend's 3 nights a week at 17 years old. It ain't happening. So that's just the way that I look at things. I don't think that's okay the way things are going. I think that you're not on a great path for yourself and your future. And I've had little heart-to-hearts with you so many times in the past few months that I lost count. And none of it's really got through to you, like, at all. And not to mention, every weekend you get all moody when it's time to hang out with your boyfriend. I know you don't see it, but everybody else sees it except for you. Like, you're a completely different person on the weekends. I don't know why. I don't understand it. But you're all nice and happy during the week, and then as soon as Friday rolls around and Thursday rolls around, you like are in a pissy mood. I don't really know what's going on with that. I've tried to tell you about it, and you don't listen to me and say that's not true. I don't know, man. I just want what's best for you. And look at this. I want what's best for you, and I don't know how to get you there at this point. I don't know what else to do. Gracie, I don't know what to do about you yet. You know, I love you, but I don't deserve the things that you said. I didn't do anything to deserve the things that you said. And I understand you're around a bunch of negativity. People saying bad things about me, and I know that you kind of just, I've always been the kind of person that kind of just go along with things. And, you know, your dad's never really done anything to you. I've taken your phone away. And I've yelled at you sometimes, but what else have I done to you to deserve you saying that you want me to die by the end of the year? So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how, you know, that's just how I'm feeling today. So I'm still trying to figure out how to navigate that, praying about it. But that's all I really got to say about that. I hope things are going well for you. I hope you're, like I told you, kick-ass and Peaster. I hope that's what you're doing. Unfortunately, I don't know anything what's going on with your life. Your mom decided she don't want to co-parent. She don't want to speak at all. And that's fine with me, because I don't want to talk to her either. So, unfortunately, that means you're caught in the middle of it. I don't get to know what's going on with you. She don't get to know what's going on here unless your sister's the one to tell them. Didn't want it to be this way, but that's the way it is, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, I love all you girls. All I want is what's best for you, and that's the way it's always been. And I hope one day when you guys get older and you're wiser, you're gonna realize your dad really just loves you and wanted what's best for you. And I pushed you in ways that I thought would motivate you or try to get you there where I need you to be. You know, I couldn't have you failing school and not caring at all. And unfortunately, you know, sometimes in order for me to try to motivate you, is for you to get your phone taken away. So then you're like, I'm gonna get my grades up and get my phone back. Unfortunately, that didn't work for you. You know, but I didn't do it to be cruel. I did it because I loved you. You know, you can't just have, you know, bad grades and then your parents not care and not do anything about it. And I know it was hard because in one ear you're hearing your mom say you shouldn't get your phone taken away for your grades or whatever, but I didn't know how else to motivate you. You know, I told you I'll put you in dance class if you got passing grades. That didn't work. I took your phone away. That didn't work. I didn't take your phone away. That didn't work. So I was at a point where I didn't know what else to do except for put you in homeschool. And that's not what I wanted you to do. And I told you I didn't want to do that. I didn't want you to miss out on hanging out with your friends or any of that. But I didn't know how else to motivate you. I didn't know how else to make you get at least some passing grades. And, you know, there's only so much that your dad knows how to do. And, so I did what I thought was right. Unfortunately, you hate me for it, but I still don't deserve for you to say you hope I die. And, you know, that you're not going to talk to me unless I give you money. You realize that, I mean, I don't need to tell you, you know, how bad that sounds. And I did give you money, you know. So, I did what I thought was right. I gave you money. I didn't know it, but you said that till after the fact. But, you know, you want to say that I took the money from you on this and that. You know, you haven't been affected by any of that. Whether you want to say it affects you or not, how did it affect you? All you're doing is repeating what your mom said. anything you ever needed, if you asked me for it, you'd have it. But, you know, your mom doesn't manage money well, and if I would have gave her access to the money, it would have all been gone. I wouldn't have been able to get y'all cars and this and that. You know, I was looking for you a car. I almost bought one from your Uncle Nathan for you. Now I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, I'm not going to, you know, why would I go buy a car for somebody that says they want me to die? You know, it's just, you know, I don't know if you really feel that way or not. But, you know, my heart tells me that you don't really feel that way, that you are just repeating something that you heard or something like that. But, you know, maybe you don't care if I die. Maybe you do want me to die. I don't know. You know, I always try to be there for you the best way I knew how. There's a lot of things I could have done better. A lot of things I could have tried harder at. Looking back, you know, there's nothing I can do about it now. But most of this town. 4 houses actually. Nick told me. Pulling up to the lake. But I just got a lot on my mind this morning. Things aren't really going, you know, they're going okay, but they're not where I want them to be. But that's part of life. You know, I worry about you guys. I worry about you guys. You know, we live in a different state. If something happens to me, you know, you're not gonna have any family there. And you know, the only family you really have that's, I feel like, on your side right now is, you know, your Aunt Courtney. And, you know, my side of the family, I don't feel like, you know, whatever, you know, Amaran, you know, she lives with your mom on her land. I really don't know what's going on through her mind, but somehow she thinks that y'all are in the wrong, you know, for the way you're treating your mom or whatever. I really don't know what she's thinking, but I you know, I can't really trust her right now. You know, the only person I really have that I can trust to have y'all's back is your Aunt Courtney. And I know she will have your back. But she's got a lot going on right now. You know, they're trying to build a house. And, I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff that's got to be sorted out. But, you know, I'm about to pull up to the lake here. Where there's no snow. Showing up to the lake at 11:30. Good morning, just checking in. I got a pass here.
Sweet.
All right.
Okay, I can
Purple.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one. I guess they got the boat inspector here. I figured maybe they'd be here on Friday, but they ain't here. But I don't know, man. I just woke up. I got a lot on my mind. Man, they got the fucking ski boats here, dude. There's a ski boat here today. Got a lot on my mind, man. It's just, I'm really enjoying not having to do treatments. I know I'm about to start them again, but just being out here in Utah, feeling normal as far as like my body don't really hurt anymore. My throat's not all fucked up anymore. My nose ain't bleeding constantly. You know, I'm starting to feel like a normal human being again, and I got started all over. Fuck, there's a lot of ski boats here today. Check out the lake. Hell yeah, you know, I wish you were here. Bro, look at I didn't put no sunscreen on my motherfucking shit yesterday, dude. First time wearing shorts for the year. Listen, I love you girls. I'm proud of you. Gracie, I forgive you. I forgive you for what you said, but I haven't forgot about it yet. It's still on my mind. I haven't talked to you about it. I don't want to talk to you about it, really. I just don't know what I'm going to do. Me and Ellie are going to try to come to Texas over the summer, and then if you decide you don't want to see me, then I already know your answer. And then it is what it is, I guess. So, you know, your dad always tried to do things to make you happy. I mean, you know, just like going to Havasu and just giving you money to go to the mall and put a credit card with your name on it. Just I was trying to make y'all feel special and grown up. You know, unfortunately, me and your mom splitting up, it caused a lot of collateral damage as far as I had to do a lot of things to protect my household, because, you know, your mom hasn't been very truthful about everything. You know, she said a lot of things that weren't true. You know, the part that really pissed me off is when she tried to say that I wouldn't let her go see your grandma and grandpa before they passed away, which is a complete lie. You know, your mom flew down there to see your grandma before she passed, and your mom never said anything about ever going to the farm to see your grandpa when we were down there. We were down there plenty of times. Not that she didn't want to see your grandpa, I'm not saying that, but your grandpa passed unexpectedly. You know, nobody knew he was going to pass. It's not like I could be like, okay, you need to go down to Texas to see your grandpa. He's about to pass away. You know, that's not the way that happened, you know, and we were down in Texas plenty of times before that, and your mom never wanted to ask to go to the farm to see your grandpa. Otherwise, we would have. You know, I would never keep your mom away from her family. I would never tell her no, and I would never say, you can't go see your grandma and grandpa before they pass away. We can't afford it, or whatever she said. That's bullshit. Your mom said a lot of things that weren't true to make me look bad, to try to make herself look better, so she didn't feel so bad about leaving her husband who has cancer. And she'll never admit to that, because your mom doesn't admit when she's wrong, and she doesn't admit to anything she does. But that's the truth. You know, your dad did have some faults, 100%. Your mom did too, though, and she'll never tell you what hers were. You know, and you know, there's no point of trying to make your mom look bad now. I don't want to make your mom look bad. I want y'all all to have a good relationship with your mom. Ellie, you know, I tell you all the time, even though your mom and you are not on good terms, I tell you all the time, I don't want this for you. You know, I had bad relationships with my parents. I don't want you to have that, regardless of how I feel about your mom. I've never pushed you to hate your mom. And I can't say that your mom would do the same for me. So I'm sure your mom, Gracie, loves that you and me are on good terms, and she probably encourages it. And she talks bad about me all the time and this and that. And it's whatever, dude. But your dad always had your back. Your dad always wanted what was best for you. That's why I always worked all the time, so we could have a nice lifestyle. And I did the best I could. You know, there's still a lot of things I would do different, and a lot of things I would do. You know, but I can't do anything about it now. And I was never a bad dad. So let's just go. Yes, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
You going fishing today or out in the water?
Yeah.
Okay. When you park once you get your boat in the water and you park over here, if you start a new lane, go all the way to the front.
Oh, absolutely. I always will.
Or else
Yeah.
park behind somebody else.
Yes, sir.
Some of these guys are too far back and are going to have trouble getting to.
Oh, yeah. I know. I've been coming here for years, so
Okay.
I know the rules.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Anyhow, I'm gonna get going here. Just wanted to get I had a lot on my mind this morning. Regardless of what's going on, this is part of life. This is part of our journey. Everything happens for a reason. I love you girls, and I'm proud of you no matter what. So I want you to know that, even though your dad's on here talking about things that I don't like right now, it doesn't mean that I don't love you and I'm not proud of you. This is kind of like my little diary here. I don't have anybody I can really talk to about anything, so it kind of makes me feel better just coming on here and talking about it and letting you know what was going through your dad's mind when some of these things were happening, to let you know, so you can see, your dad's not a bad guy. He's not doing things to be mean. And then I'm hoping that maybe one day y'all can come back and look at these videos later in life and maybe see things from a little bit different perspective, because you're older and wiser and understand why your dad did some of the things he did and stuff like that. So no matter what, I'm loving you and I'm proud of you. No matter what, every single day. I'll never not stop loving you. I'll never not be proud of you. Doesn't matter what you do. Even if your dad gets mad at you, he's still proud of you and still loves you. So I'm on the lake to here today. Hopefully catch a fish. You know, been out here working my butt off, trying to catch a fish. You know, Ellie, I wish you were here. We just got a lot of memories. You know, I knew my days were numbered. Every summer I was like, this is gonna be the last one. This is gonna be the last one. But you know, it don't mean that I can't miss it. And you know, we come out here and it would just be me and you, and I wouldn't be worried about, you know, any of the negative stuff going on. And we had our little routine, even though we fished too much. You know, still we come out here and make some memories and do some stuff. You know, most of the time my memories that I remember the most here is just watching you swim, because it made me happy. And it would, honestly, it would make me sad, because I was so hated that I was scared of the water, because I wanted to get in there with you so bad, but I was just too scared to get in there. It's like when I would get in the water, you know, with the life jacket on, I'd start having a panic attack, and I would just grab the boat and hop back in. But I always wished that I could get over that. And, you know, that's just the way it is. So I'm gonna get on here. It's Friday right now. I'm probably gonna come home on Tuesday. I am gonna be coming out here a lot, you know. Hopefully you can get a little bit of time off work and maybe fly out here and spend a few days. And Nick said that Post Malone, Raising Cane's is pretty close to his house. So, you know, it's just yeah. I love you girls. Peace.